You've got a friend in Zay. You've got a friend in Zay. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Yeah, you've got a friend in Zay. Welcome back to another episode of You Got a Friend in Zay, a talk show that I designed and created to come in here to talk about the true meaning of friendship. How's everybody feeling? It's Monday, a fresh new week, a fresh start. Yes. And I know I don't have a special guest today. I was planning to have a special guest, like I said on the other podcast, but we had to reschedule. But they're gonna be coming on the next episode for sure. So yeah. So today, what we're gonna get into is actually gonna get into the game that I've been playing with you guys. Let me put it up. Let's get Deep Friends Edition. So we're gonna get into the game. I'm gonna pick like maybe six. I'm gonna say six cards. I'm gonna do icebreaker. I'm gonna do deep. There's two different decks for deep, and then I'm gonna do deeper as well. So maybe six, and we'll see how it flows. Yeah. Remember that you're enough. You are important. Your feelings are valid. Go through what you have to go through in order to get to where you're going. That was for somebody. I don't know who that's for, but yeah. All right, so let me go ahead. I don't know who that's for, but I hope that helps somebody. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna do icebreaker first. If your friend group was on a vacation, where would you want to go? Somewhere in the islands. I would like to go with my friend. I don't have like a big friend group. I had a small one, but somewhere in the islands. I would like to go in Alaska too, just to get the feeling in the summer, of course, when the sun is out. Um, but yeah, somewhere in the islands for sure. Okay, now I'm gonna pick deep. Did you join or would you join a fraternity or sorority in a college and why? I did wanted to because my sister and my cousin are in a sorority and my best friend too. He's in the fraternity. Um, I wanted to, but I felt like the reason why I wanted to join is to feel like I would belong to something or to fit into something. You know what I mean? And I shouldn't do something to fit in or to get something um, when I'm unique and special in my own type of way. And the right people will come to me, and that will be my group. I don't have to force myself and do things and push myself in to fit into a group. So that's why I didn't want to join a fraternity. And there's some things I heard about fraternities that I'm like, nah, y'all ain't gonna try me. So yeah, all right. The second deck of deep. What class or exam are you surprised you passed because you thought you would fail? Um, I guess I'll say my math class, the college algebra one, college intensive algebra, whatever. That one, I was surprised that I passed. I made it through. I mean, the professor was very cool. He helped a lot and stuff like that. But I was like, I'm glad I passed because that was the last class I needed to graduate to get my AA. So that was rough. But yeah. All right, deeper deck. What is a quality or trait that you find attracted in a partner? Um, this is a very good question. Self love for sure. Self love, taking care of themselves, understanding who they are, being able to be vulnerable, express their self as well, um, ready to get knowledge. You know what I mean? Not afraid to be teachable. I'm sorry, not afraid to be teachable and understanding that we're constantly learning something new every single day. You know what I mean? Like, it's not cap, no, because it's such a big world. It's a really, really big world out there. So we have to be able to be ready to learn something new. Um, what else? What else? Um, I guess, communications is that's always a big one. Communication for sure. Honesty, yes, being honest as well is a big one. Um, Understanding and just being able to have those deep conversations too as well, and not brushing things off. Because we have to get to the root of things. If we're brushing things off, it's not resolved. You know what I mean? It will come up because we never dealt with it when it needs to be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So if we deal with it when you can, or as we go, we'll deal with it little by bits and tackle it. Um, then that'll be beautiful. So it's important, and I think that's it. And of course, being spiritual. Being having a connection with God for sure is one of them. You know, gotta have some spiritual aspect to it because it helps a lot. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna do icebreaker again. I'm gonna do the whole deck again. Woo-hoo-hoo. Where where were why is it doing that? I'm sorry guys. I don't know why it's like flipping. So for the camera, if you guys are watching, it's like flipping. So I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on. Super weird. Super weird. All right. Next card for icebreaker. Where's the strangest place you have fallen asleep? I don't think I had any weird places that I've fallen asleep. I guess my car, because I take naps a lot. My car is one of them, okay? My car, I take naps in my car. So I guess that's the one. All right, deep. What is the best school trip you have ever been? The best school trip that I've ever been, because I've been on a few, you know, with when I was younger, and then with the kids now that you know, education interpreter. I was a teacher aide, and then I was a teacher for a moment. Um, sorry, sidebar. Man, it's a great question. I guess Foss Museum for now, because I've been there for so many times. But the Foss Museum was a good one because it has a variety of stuff and it's so big, and the kids love it. I loved it. It was a good time. It's a good time. All right, guys, y'all already know what it is. It's time for a quick self care tip break. So, the tip that I have for you guys is breathing. I know that a lot of people mistake breathing as, what you do every single day. You just, and you're fine. But when you're going through something, you have a lot going on, breathing does really, really help. It helps release stress, it helps release frustration, sadness, etc., etc. It's a great resource tip strategy to keep in your back pocket when you really need it. When you're going through a mental health issue, physical health issue, spiritual health issue, it's a great technique for sure. I know I use it all the time. I use it through meditation as well to practice to practice and to keep it a consistent thing because we forget it sometimes. There is a different type of breathing techniques as well. So we can definitely try that out if y'all want to. You can Google it as well because there is heavy breathing, there is simple breathing, and there's one that we all know. Breathe in, hold for 4 seconds or 5 seconds, breathe out, hold for 4 or 5 seconds. So, yeah. All right, guys, let's get back into the episode. Next one. Have you gone or would you go to a psychic or a medium? If you've been, what did they say? Has it been true? No, I would not go see a psychic or medium. I will see a therapist though, but I wouldn't go to them because um, sometimes the source is not reliable. Ooh, sorry, yeah, my phone went out. Source is not reliable, and you know, I'm God's child, so if I really need to really seek some spiritual advice or some counseling, it would be from God or from one of my friends that are spiritual driven or that are assigned to me. You know what I mean? The people that really know me, the root friends, yeah. But no, I don't think I would. I never been to one, so yeah, I don't think I would too either. Deeper. Sorry. What was a misfortune you experienced that turned into an opportunity? A misfortune that turned into an opportunity. Um. Ooh. I guess interpreting. I guess because I'm an educational interpreter right now, and before I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I want to do that because I had my my reasons and stuff. But now I'm in it, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's not as bad. So yeah, that. I'm gonna do deep and then deeper, and then I'm gonna do the quote, and then we'll end it out. Okay. Have you ever gotten detention, been suspended, or expelled? I had neither of those. I almost had IS, internal suspension before. Almost did, but I never went. They let me slide. After that, I never had detention or anything like that. I was a good student. Yeah, as you can see. Even though in second grade I had some issues, I had some behavior issues, but other than that, eh, not second grade. I'm sorry. What was grade? It was it. I think it was first grade. I don't remember. One of those grades. Whatever. Deeper. What was the last thing you confessed to? The last thing I confessed to. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. This is a great question. The last thing I confessed to. I guess just answering these questions. Yeah, because I answer all these questions, I'm confessing all the things that I've done and not done. So yeah, I guess that's. I want to pick a different card because I'm like, I don't. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Okay. What sacrifice have you made in your life? Well, I made a lot. I made a lot of sacrifice. But um, I think one of the big ones that I did. Well, I have two big ones. One is taking care of myself. It's almost 3 years now, so I can say 3 years. Taking the time to take care of myself, knowing myself, loving myself, um, and the spiritual aspect as well, and including that as well, and being aware, self-aware, aware of my emotions, my feelings, and going through them and trying to understand them and figure out why and how to fix it and stuff like that. And it's very important. And um, yeah, and I okay, I'm gonna say three. Having a voice, I was scared to project my voice for a while, for a very, very, very long time since I was a child, and now I'm making that sacrifice to be a light, to use my voice to be a light, and touch other people's life and make a difference in other people's life. Because no one should go do things alone. You know what I mean? So me having this podcast, me coming on Instagram and posting motivational posts and stuff like that, it not only helps me, but it helps others to not feel like they're alone. They're like, oh my God, okay, he gets it. Yeah, I get it, because I go through it too, and, just spreading the gospel, because I got all this good, God's been so good to me too. So I don't want it to just hold it in. I wanted to give it out. And then the other one is, the sacrifice that I made was going to see my best friend on Thanksgiving. I think that was a big one for me because I value the friendship so much a lot. So I was like, I'm going out for him, and to not because he shouldn't spend the holidays by himself. So yeah, we spent it together, and I think that was the first time I had friendsgiving. So that was nice. That was cool. That was a good trip. Um, yeah. Woo woo woo! I think we reached to the ending of the episode. Woo 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 woo! So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out with a quote. This quote is kind of heavy. Kind of heavy. Okay. Y'all ready? Um, Here we go. Stop trying to be liked by everyone. You don't even like yourself. Hmm. Stop trying to be liked by everyone. You don't even like yourself. So saying this by, I think this also ties into people pleasing because we're trying to be liked by everyone, trying to get the approval. But do you like yourself? Do you approve of yourself? You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, like I was saying, you are enough. You are important. So you have to understand that subconsciously and consciously that I am important. I need to take time for myself. I need to do X, Y, and Z to make sure I grow and be a better person for myself first in order to do it for some other people. You know what I mean? Like this analogy that they always say, if your cup is overflowing, that means you have something to give out. If your cup is not overflowing, if it's empty, if it's halfway or whatever, then you need to continue taking time for yourself. You know what I mean? Building on you. Um, it's very important. I was listening to a TikTok a little bit earlier, and she was saying that take time to ooh, just flew out my head. Hold on. Processing. Flew out my head. Um, yo, it flew out my head because it was. I was just about to say, and it flew out my head. All right. Well, let me summarize it. Basically, just knowing when it's time to pause with everything. Oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah. Knowing when it's time to pause, taking the time or the day, because when we're working so much, we're doing so much in the house and all that stuff, we forget that we need a day to take a break. You know what I mean? And Sundays or Saturdays or whatever that day is for you to take a break for you and to build on you, to read, journal, whatever you have to do. Take that day, take that time. You know what I mean? Or spend time with the family or something. You know what I mean? So that's very important as well because you have to be a friend of yourself. Um, Friendship is an important foundation of all relationships. Friendship and your childhood as well, because I'm tying those two together because I'm really understanding that they both are important. Your childhood and friendship. So yeah, that is the end of the episode. I hope y'all got something from this. I hope you guys are stirring some things up. I hope you took some notes like, oh, okay, he says, a little something, something. I know it's kind of like laid back episode, because it's kind of been deep lately. So I kind of wanted to lay it back a little bit, even though I did get a little deep. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys who tune in, even once in a while or every single episode. The support is amazing. I couldn't be so thankful. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Next week on Monday on SoundCloud and on YouTube, I'm dropping another episode. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Deuces.